What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel. We took it to what I think is it is the most underrated burrito chain. Went to Moes, got two things. I'm gonna do a little experimenting with the burrito that I got, but I want to show love to one of the favorite things that I have in the Moes menu, which is the stack. You never had a stack, it's like a giant crunch wrap, so we're gonna get into that as well. One of the things I love about Moes is that it comes with free chips. Now, I took all the chips from this, combined it into one bag. So I have a giant bag of chips over here, but I always like putting Doritos with my Mexican or my burrito chains, I should say. And then, of course, we got to use the queso, which is some of the best queso in the game, in my opinion. It always has been, and it still is. And then I'm going to do a little experimenting, so I got to show y'all something real quick. Drop a thumbs up. You guys already know the vibes. Man, let's get into this video. So what I did, I will show you the process. I made a grilled cheese burrito. It's a thing that's been all over the internet recently, and I really wanted to try it. Everybody's doing it at Chipotle, but I went to Moes because I think Moes is underrated. So what I did was you take cheese on a pan and you just line the bottom with it. You take the burrito, you put it on there, and you literally just let it sear, flip it over, and do the same on the other side. And out comes this bad boy. I'm going to do a cross section just because I want to see the inside. Inside of the burrito is their Mo Meat, Mo Cheese burrito. Look at that. So it's just steak, cheese, double rice, double pico. It's just double of a steak burrito, more or less. I did add fresh jalapenos on here, but I'm tired of talking because I want to try this. Let's get into this. So, Moes also has a Southwest vinaigrette. So I'm going to do the sour cream and vinaigrette thang right up in here. There we go. I've had this vinaigrette before. I like it. You know, in my head, that went a lot better. Oh my goodness. I know I made a mess. I don't even care right now. The grilled cheese tastes like a toasted Cheez-It. Really, really good. I can't stop. This is dangerous. Another thing I like about Moes, they have free salsa. So I got one of their tomatillo ones. And then I also got what supposedly is like really hot salsa. That's their hot version. It's super thin, which I doubt this is hot. This is probably like suburban spicy, but let's give it a shot, man. No, it's not. That tastes like Chipotle hot sauce. I like it though. Let's do this. Of course, I just broke apart my burrito. That's on me. The burrito thing is as good as advertised. It doesn't make sense to rate something like this. I'm just going to say whatever burrito you like, doing this to it will make it even better. There's no need for a review here. Whatever you put in a burrito, try that to it. It makes it crispy. Everything's on the inside is nice and warm. I definitely approve of that. It should be a 10 for you because you're making your burrito. We also got the stack from Moes. This is like a giant crunch wrap. They just can't call it that because obviously it's probably trademarked, but they have a new chicken that I wanted to try. It's called Chili Crisp Chicken. So I was really... Look at this. Oh, man. All right, let's do the first bite. They make this on the flat top, too, so it's grilled. This is the I couldn't even finish my sentence. Quite frankly, the reason I like Moes so much is because of the stack. I think the stack is the most superior thing that you can get from any burrito chain. You put what you want in a burrito in a crunch wrap, and then they put it on the flat top. There's queso in it, there's cheese in it, and whatever else you want in it. Got a little bit of that queso. And most queso is underrated. Oh my goodness. I just messed up my whole shirt. That's okay. I'm not even mad about it right now. The chili crisp chicken is okay. I don't really taste anything. That makes it different from their adobo chicken. But when you combine that with the seasoned rice and everything else, I mean, this is my favorite thing in the burrito game right now. The stack. Super underrated. Those who know. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this a bunch, and I don't know why, but like regular nacho chips just don't hit as hard as getting Doritos for your stuff. Now I understand if you're just gonna eat the nachos, but this is just better to me. It's just superior. So I'm just gonna do a little mix and match. But let's go in. Their queso, to me, is like the thickest cheese that you can get. Like Chipotle doesn't have this like consistency, and it just sticks to everything. It's like super. It's just that's one of these two things are why it's just set apart for me. By the way, I'm usually not a limão person, but I went to 7-Eleven and they didn't have the dinamita. I was a little upset, but it ain't nothing to cry about, so I just switched it up. Not usually like limão. I don't like limão like that, but I rock with those. It's so good, man. Like, so good. If I was going to recommend anything from Moes, it would be the stack, which is like $12. By the way, everything there comes with free chips and free salsa. Also a reason why I like Moes. Some of their salsas I'm not a fan of, but I'm not a fan of some salsas at all places. They also have a lot of different dipping sauces that other places don't have. Like, I know Chipotle has the vinaigrette, but Moes has like 5 or 6 different kinds. So, I think Moes is underappreciated, personally. Because there's just more options. And I also like the fact that you can add bacon. No, this is not a freaking ad, but I have done paid work with Moes before, but only because I actually like it. Anyway, I have this thing. I was going to cook this live, the burrito. But I have this thing called a New Wave that I just got. I'm going to do some cooking stuff now. So what just happened, though, I thought I had an induction pan. But it wasn't an induction pan. So I don't have a pan. So, in the beginning of this video, I had the New Wave chilling right here. And when I went to turn it on, it gave me the error thing, which means you don't have an induction pan. I could have swore I did. Well, I'm going to do some more stuff where I make things like live. I didn't really announce that, but I bought the New Wave like 4 or 5 days ago. But now I have to get a pan that's compatible. Could have swore I had one. I was all excited to try it today, but I had to go to my stove. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. But, you know, I just think out loud. Last thing. Have y'all watched that show on Netflix? That is the experiment that they did with the prisoners in Arkansas? I just started it. I've only watched one episode. But for people who don't know, the premise, more or less, it's reality TV. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying, they're really doing it with prisoners. Is there's a warden in an Arkansas jail that is trying something that's like an experiment where, I guess because the jails are understaffed, which I know that is a problem in a lot of prisons. Not a lot of people want to work there. So he's doing an experiment where, more or less, they remove the guards from the cell block, and they let the prisoners kind of run the cell block. Now, I don't know what's going to happen yet. I can see it going two different ways, but I commend the guts to do something like that, because one of the things that, if you've ever talked to anybody who's been in prison before, is that they talk about how the punishment of being in a cell for 23 hours in a day is bad enough than dehumanizing people in prison. Now, I know there's a lot of people who have the sentiment that you went to jail, it doesn't matter how you're treated. I understand it with severe crimes. I get it, especially things, you know, like murder, etc. But a lot of people who are in prisons are nonviolent offenders who made stupid mistakes and they have to pay the price for it, which is being in jail. One, just hear me out. I know there's people, I don't care. Just listen. Anybody who's ever met somebody who goes to prison, a lot of them become institutionalized. They walk in one person, they come out a completely different person. What people have to understand is when those people are done serving time, they're going to have to integrate themselves back into society. One of the problems we have in this country, and this isn't political, this is just a factual type of thing that I'm just presenting one side. I'm not talking about how to actually change it. I'm just giving you what happens. One of the things that happens to people in prison, a lot of them, there's a really high reoffense rate in our country. Meaning people who commit crimes and go to prison tend to go back to prison. And a lot of people don't realize, because you have to become a different person in prison, you don't know how to turn that switch off when you get back to society. Some people do, but a lot of people end up with a lot of serious mental health issues, ability or inability to find work, ability or inability to find place to live, etc. What do you think they're going to do if they feel like they don't have an option? Commit more crimes. And you're saying, like, what's the big deal about that? You're not going to feel that way when that convict or person who's done their time goes back to committing crimes and you're affected by said crimes. Whether you are injured by it, robbed by it, somebody runs up in your house and steals your stuff, or worse, you will be subjected to those things. So I'm not talking about singing Kumbaya, but the at least a sense of, you know, the whole point of prison is supposed to be rehabilitation or correction. They don't do either of those. And there needs to be more things in place so that when these people, because they're still people, get out of prison and come back, we don't want them to go back to that life. That's the whole point. To serve their time, come back, and then rejoin society. That's even what they tell people when they go to parole. So it's interesting to see what happened. And I know certain things like this have happened before, because I do know that in 2020, when, you know, the mask thing was going on, that there were certain prisons, like I believe in Rikers, that they had the inmates kind of police themselves because they didn't have a choice. So I want to see what the outcome of the show is. I'm not saying that people don't deserve to get punished for their crimes. I do, but again, my perspective is people still have to integrate themselves back into society. So that, just watch out for that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to hold y'all, man. I'm going to try to watch this show so I can talk about it. I'm also going to try to finish Shogun tonight. So I want to talk about those shows. I don't want to talk about those all said and done, but there won't be spoilers, but I at least want to give my take on it. So I want to get on that. But Moes is underrated, man. Just believe me when I tell you, it's underrated. I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.